Hi there, it's Phil from parkerlings.com. I hope you're well today. Now, I wish I could say the same about myself because, as you probably tell by my voice, I'm a bit fluey at the moment. Hopefully that will change soon and I won't be coughing a lot. But if you do realise there's little snippets, that's because I am. So I apologise in advance. Sandy had done another couple of auctions while I've been in the UK. I've come back, I've been in the US for a couple of weeks now, and I'm having a look at what she's got. Now, I think she was thinking, actually, those auctions weren't particularly great. One's not bad, one's a bit of a letdown. But I thought, well, you know, let's just take a chance, let's have a look, see what we got. And from my view of it, some of the stuff is actually really good. Now, you have to remember, because you don't like it doesn't mean other people won't like it. Now, as an example, a while back, Sandy was going to put a couple of IBM PC games on the yard sale for 50 cents to $1. Now, I said, let's put them on eBay. Now, I knew that vintage games are quite big, so put them on there. 7 days later, the auction finished, and one of the games we got $30 for, but the other game we got over 80. That's a big difference from getting 50 to $1 a piece. So pretty impressive. I didn't actually think it would get that high, but it goes to prove just because it's not worth anything to you doesn't mean it's not worth something to someone else. So if you got something like that, give it a try. You never know what's going to happen. On that note, it is pretty darn cold, so I'm not outside doing a whole thing on what we've got. I've just got some stuff that I bought in that I've just put onto eBay or just still putting on. I thought you might want to see what kind of things actually that do fit in the house can be sold, and to give you a little update on stuff that I've already done on this particular auction. So let's just have a little look around and see what we have in here. Well, this little girl here, she's not part of the auction. Are you, girl? No. But let's see what it is. So there's a rather nice gaming steering wheel and pedals there. It is brand new, even though the box doesn't look it. You got 70 quid brand new, probably get 20-ish for it. It's a very weird random pasta game. Very nice pair of jeans there, way too small for me, 32. Don't want to give away my size too much though. Some more gaming things here for the PC. Strangely, a manual for a Ford Taurus. Well, I don't have one of them. What else have we got down here? This is brand new by the look of it. Let's pull this out. Going back, another PC game control. Be mistaken for thinking that's a PlayStation. Further in here, Cabbage Patch Kids computer game. Of course, there is something that we all know that every parent hated, and that was the toy of the year. The one thing that you could never get at all. Obviously, one year it was the likes of Buzz Lightyear, other times it's the Cabbage Patch Kids. This is probably one of the most annoying ones of all of them, not because you just couldn't get hold of them, but for one other reason, it was just annoying. This is him. Microsoft's Actimates Barney the Interactive Dinosaur. How many horrible days did you get out of that before you wanted to throw it in the bin? Hard to believe that thing was $99.99. How to imagine when you go in here and let's have a look. There he is. Horrible thing. The way my hand is probably what many parents wanted to do. Strangle the thing. But there we are. Not too many of them around about, I wouldn't have thought, that haven't broken. Well, they do say that one man's junk's another man's treasure. In this case, it could be one kid's treasure. What do you think of this stuff? Look at these. You'll probably recognise these things. My Little Ponies. Pick one up. It's in fairly good condition by the look of it. I have no idea what they're called, but I'll have to investigate that. Let's see if we can sell these things off. We have a fair few in there. It's only a little one as well. The hair's longer than the actual pony. We also have these things here. Hollow little finger skateboards. I know someone might like those. And this is just the one box for the Tomy entertainment system here. That's a Disney Cars game. Unfortunately, this thing, as you can see, got a bit of water damage on it, but don't have to worry about it because the insides are fine. It's a bit of a weird thing. You think that's a gaming console, which is what I thought at first, but it's actually little cars that you put into this machine. And as you'll see there, rather than having to deal with horrible controls on the keyboard, that gives you all the little buttons here to use instead, so you don't have to remember so much. Although, to be honest, that looks quite complicated to me. Got some kind of screen protector for something or other. Oh, that's DS Lite. Okay, I think I've got one of them somewhere. Let's see, what's this? Mario Brothers game, Nintendo. Hopefully it works. I don't have anything to test it on, unfortunately. Let's see what else we have here. Oh yes, this is interesting. Let's see if we can open this up. Bear with me. There you go. What do you reckon of that lot? Brings back a lot of memories, that. And if we go back over here, that one is a BlackBerry. Don't know what you're missing out on when you've got the size of my thumbs trying to press those horrible little buttons. That's another one. It's a Palm Pilot, I believe. Another one here, Palm Zaya. And this one here, a Trio. The problem is that a lot of these things won't sell unless it's to proper collectors, because the problem we have is the phones that you find these days in auctions, generally, unless you get the old iPhone, are 2G phones, and you can't use 2G anymore. Bit of a letdown really, because I would love to use some of these phones. And let me show you this one. This is pretty neat. There, see that? That is the kind of phone that I used to have, apart from mine wasn't a flip. Look at that. That's an old Motorola. Unfortunately, this one's a bit broken. There's usually an antenna that pops out here. You see that slightly lighter grey part at the top? That's the battery, and it weighs twice the amount that the phone itself does, so it's a bit crazy. But that's what we were used to. None of this lithium-ion tiny little battery thing. Little Cabbage Patch doll. You see it's in fairly good condition. There's a bit of a stain down there. Might be able to wash it out, you never know. But it's in fairly good condition. And here we've got Cabbage Patch Kids jeans. So that's interesting. If you look inside here, it's got its own little nappy. Look at that lot. Beanie Babies. A couple of duplicates in there. As you see, they've still got the tags on them. They're in pretty good condition. I don't know if any of them are worth anything, or if they're just $1 a pop, who knows. But lots of them here. Quite cute, some of them. But then, I've got all of these as well. Now, I think these are all things for like some McDonald's toys and things. But they're still Beanie Baby type things. As you see, they've got TY label on them. Weird little thing. That's one of the McDonald's International Bear Collection called Spangle. I imagine there's probably loads of those though, because being an American company, American design, there's got to be tons of them out there, so it's probably not worth much at all, but who knows, worth a try. Now Lego is one of those things that can be worth quite a bit of money, and we have sold some pretty easily. However, the problem with this one is it's not really Lego, it's just a copy. But before selling it, really I have to make sure that it is complete, otherwise it's going to just disappoint someone. So here you'll see I did complete all of them. Well, I'll say complete. This one here doesn't have the bit that holds the roller on. This one here has no steering wheel. And this one, here's a nice little crane. That's the bottom though. As you see, they've got one wheel missing. Also, the bit that holds the wheels in is missing as well. And the bit that goes there, which holds this onto that, is also missing. So, those are useless. So what I'll probably end up doing is selling it like a spares and see if anyone's interested in just spare items for it. You never know, someone else might be missing pieces as well, of which I have in a set. Who knows? Lego does go missing a lot, and a lot of parents know this when they step on them in the middle of the night barefooted. So let's see if that sells as well. This though is Lego, and it's a Star Wars one, which looks great. However, going by the weight, it's way too heavy for that. In fact, we did open it up and found that not all of the sets there, but there's a ton of other stuff in there, all of which is real Lego. So again, we're going to have to sell that as a job lot of bits of everything. Unfortunately, we don't have the little guys. So the Christmas stuff in this particular box has got nothing to do with these auctions. It's stuff that was in storage before, but everything else in there was actually from auctions. So you've got some kind of 1960s Santa, a load of different ornaments here. It's a fun little thing. Ferris wheel. That's a box set of cufflinks, but I'm pretty sure that going by that brand, That's not really worth anything much, so I might get a fiver for it maybe. This here, I thought, oh yes, but it's got to be too good to be true, isn't it? HP laptop. Let's open it up. Yep, too good to be true. Look up there. All of that there is all cracked. It's no good to me. When you do see laptops in there, half of the time you find that they are rubbish, because when you've got a laptop, it's not something you're going to put in storage really. Whether they've taken the hard drive out is another matter, who knows. If you are going to put stuff away and chuck it away though, do destroy that hard drive completely. Don't just leave it in there, because anyone can get data off of that. It is not difficult to do. So let's go on. A couple of auctions ago, we did find a Nintendo Wii. It had all of the wires, adapters, everything. We tested it and it worked perfectly well. Problem is though, no games, no controllers, we couldn't do much. We turned it on though and it did work. However, on this auction, have a look at this. This is a real find. And here, that's the cover for a remote. These here are both remotes as well. That's just the cover for the nunchuck remote, but that is the nunchuck. As is this one here. It's another one. And we've got another couple of covers. That's the cover for it. Well, that worked out pretty well. We got the console in one, we got remotes in another one, and hopefully we'll get games in the next. Who knows? But until then, if we want, eBay is just full of the things. They don't sell very easily, the games. So they're pretty much dime a dozen. Well, on to the next thing. Well, we did just have a bag full of about 15 Barbie dolls and other things. Now, we just sold them off actually. Someone picked them up this morning. Yeah, we got $10 just for those, and they had marks on them and everything. There were shoes missing. So not too bad. I probably could have got a little bit more for them maybe, but wanted a quick sell, get them out of the way, make a bit of space for other stuff. Okay, so I just had to move room now just for a moment and go into some of the other stuff. Over here still, what have we got? CDs, American Heritage Talking Dictionary, a Nero disc, burning stuff. This manual for Amiga zip drives. NAM, the first all-action 3D shooters to realistically bring the true experience of the Vietnam War to life. I'm not sure a PC game can manage the reality of Vietnam War, but apparently. There's some other games and stuff. Now, this is what you call a surprise seller. Now, I've actually managed to sell these before. I'll show you one of the listings that I've got on there. And there's another one as well. They just came with an Acer and an IBM. That's a car guide software if you want to sell your car. There's another Virgin game in there. What's in here? M2000 module. Oh, this is fun. Fully guaranteed Y2K hardware fix. Y2K is a problem. The M2000 module is the solution. Failure to install this will create corrupted data, computer crashes, etc., etc. Yeah, although blue screen of death. Haha. Well, I don't think that's so much a solution as it was a money-making scheme, really. Lots of people made money out of that. And I do remember because I worked over that period to make sure our computers didn't go down, and surprise, surprise, nothing went wrong. And yeah, oh well, just at least meant I could get triple pay at work. Can't all be bad. Now that, Microsoft Office, back in 1994. So we're talking Windows 95. But that's on auction. This should sell. Double player Nintendo wireless head-to-head system. So I've never seen one of them before, but hopefully that should sell. Looks good. Nintendo's always a big name for selling. Now this is an odd one. The Matrox M3D, 3D upgrade for fast gameplay. That is still in there. So we're selling that one off. But look at that. Works with your existing graphic card. 2 megabytes or more. It's tiny. For up to 1024 by 768 resolution. Woohoo! And this little bag of goodies. It's a 4-piece handset telephone system. So whether it works or not, I don't know. I haven't put them on charge to find out, but someone might want them. Then we have 2 of these things. Internet digital camera. How big are those? But don't know if they work or not. Imagine so, because they've never actually come out of the box. Brand new. We've got a couple of brand new games. Super Loop Glow Tracks. Interesting. This one here, another brand new game. Monster Dirt Arena set, and parents are going to really enjoy that stuff everywhere. Kinetic Sand. Monster Dirt, as they call it. So the idea is you use this little toy here. You set it up and do stuff and just get stuff all over the place. Great for parents. Although, saying that, both of them are just sold to the same person. Now, so we get some old stuff here. Look at that. Font management tool and TrueType fonts for Windows. And Microsoft Windows 3.1 setup disks. My gosh. Yeah, that took some time. We've got a Hot Wheels set here, but as you can see, it is open. There are a few things missing, so hopefully they're in our other items. Yep, a load of metal rulers, which they're corked back, $2.99 each normally. But you think there's quite a lot there. Look again, look at that lot. We did count them all up, and there's about 80 odd of those, 80 odd of those, whole load of those. It worked out there's 231 rulers there. As you see, it has controls. I think you're mainly for the PC, but if you look down here, yep, lots of them. And there's a whole load of adapters. Hopefully they're for other things, because one of them is actually for a Sega, and wouldn't mind finding a Sega Mega Drive or something in there. And very handy actually. We got some of these roller tape things. It's a pity really they don't have any tape on those things, because we could use them for putting on the parcels to ship things out. So I guess we're going to have to find some tape as well. Now, as you'll see by this list, this little box here has a lot of stuff. That's from one auction, and that is from another auction. So we've combined a couple together here. Let's open that one up, and what have we got inside here? All that lot in there. There's a whole load of ink cartridges. Let's see, from different things with ribbons on, typewriter style. They're ink cartridges for like laser printers and things, inkjet printers even. But all of those are all brand new. And over here, they're multi-purpose labels, all new. Well, this is fun. This is the phone land. So here then, in here we have an LG flip phone, as you can see, pretty good. We then have a blue, upside down. Now I've tested this one out, actually it does work, so that's impressive. Well, that's just a case for a Samsung, something or other. There's another one. Nice looking phone there again, Samsung on the case, Verizon. Oh, that's from another auction. That's a remote control for a very old thing. Don't expect to have one of those on your control. More controls in here, lots of things. That's remember these things here? Do you remember these? Pages. Been a long time since I had one of those things. A MiFi is a Wi-Fi device. Different. Oh, that's a clip for the Motorola pager. There are other bits. It's a surprise. 420 exposure film, brand new. That's another auction. Very useful. Ericsson mobile with no battery back to it. Who knows? Sell it for spares. Other than that, number of manuals. Another remote control. Pretty new controls. Ones that are wrapped up are actually brand new. So let's put those away. So down here, this is a camera bag. Oh, this is a bit of weight to it. Look at that. Old camera. A really heavy old camera. That's pretty impressive. Old Kodak. This is really weighty. So we're going to get this big Kodak camera. 26.7 ounces. That's quite a bit. So that is 1.67 pounds in weight, 758 grams. So get rid of that. And this we found in the same auction. This is an iPhone, I think it's a 7. Put that on the thing. And this one comes up as 6.6, so that is a massive difference. Okay, now this is more my world. So this here is a brand new manual for a flight simulator, Microsoft. It's only the manual, but they go well, these type of things. But look at this lot here. Now these, 3 of these 4 are actually still in boxes. Actually fully wrapped, factory sealed. That's a Atari Lynx video game card. My gosh. That was the graphics back in the days. Pinball Jam. And a tennis game. And Rampart. Again, look at these fantastic graphics. This is coming back some. What is a belly button? Fun and interactive questions and answers about the human body. While it may not seem so, this is where the money comes in. So we've got Delta Force and a couple of Half-Life games. Those ones I'll sell all together in one lot. But used games, that's with the Sega Dreamcast. Alone in the Dark, there's 2 discs. Crazy Taxi, again used, but in factory wrap still, as you can probably hear. Zombie Revenge on the Dreamcast. Soul Calibur. Soul Reaver. And Shadow Man. All of these here unopened. You can see there the wrap still on it. You can also see there you got the label still, the barcode. So those games will sell well. And once the auction's over, I'll show you what I mean. Well, I'm pretty certain those games are going to sell pretty well. Vintage games, people are after them. A lot of people will buy them and then sell them off as a business. People just like the things, and especially when they're things like the Atari Lynx, Dreamcast, that kind of thing, where really numbers weren't massively high. They're harder to get hold of, therefore they're worth more money to people. So let's see what happens. As soon as I've got some result, I'll let you know. Hopefully by the end of this video, I'll have results on some that are going to be ending shortly. Some more kids games there. This one again, you can see it's brand new. It's all wrapped as a wooden pizza puzzle. And this thing here is heavy. Gosh. The Canon MP21D 2-color ribbon printing calculator. Massive. Well, there's a Motorola phone, and it is actually the first one I had when I was young. In fact, actually, I was 18 when I had my first phone. And it's even got a pull-out antenna at the top. And look at the size of that. Half of that is battery, and the battery weighs more than the phone does. So none of the little tiny lithium-ion batteries. This is just a big lump. But really nice phone at the time. It lasts ages. And as you can tell, it's pretty much a brick. And there's another phone. LG. Wow. Going back in time, these things. So we've got some kind of avatar hard drive here, and also a super disk drive. Now this thing here is going back. C2N dataset unit, the Commodore. My gosh, I have something like that on my old Amiga. Goodness me. They must have a bit of leftover stationery, because there's a whole load of these things here. Cartridges for printers and things, fax machines, pricing labels. Lots of them, thousands of the things, but there's tool rolls and everything else. And if we have a look in here, you've got a whole load of these needle attachers. Not sure what they're all about, but and self-adhesive fastening clips. Really not sure what we're doing with those lot. all brand new Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2005 calendars. Now we might be hoping a bit much on those, but who knows, stranger things. This is just that one tub. All of that stuff there is from one auction that we bought, and that is some other stuff, but see there, that's one thing that sold. Yes, you did read that correctly. Windows 98 CD, and it did sell on eBay. Quite impressive really, but it does go to show, as I said before, one man's junk is another man's treasure. And it certainly goes to show with that people will buy almost anything that you have. So well worth trying. Even if you don't think it's any good, give it a shot. Well, that was only some of the things that I bought over the other day. We've got plenty of other small things to put on eBay as well, but they're still in storage, mainly because of the fact that you can only store so much in the house without it being like a warehouse. So we're only doing bit by bit. I think I've listed some in the region of about 100 odd items on eBay already, just in the past few days. So it has been quite a few things going on. Lots of photos, lots of investigating things to see what they're really worth. Potentially, and yeah, we have had some quite big things. We've got some exercise machines at the moment in storage. We've had TVs as well, but they've only been like the old style, so the old CRT type things where you've got the massive back to them with the tube, so no one wants them. Also, they're so heavy. We actually had one that we had to move for someone once, and it took two of us to move it, and we struggled. We tried using a dolly at one point, and it actually broke it. It was that heavy. It must have weighed a ton. It was crazy big. If you see them, don't bother. It's not worth it. Not worth the hassle. Well, I just wanted to show you a few things that we've got here, and I'll show you some stuff that we've got on eBay at the moment. Things that are selling, things that have sold. And I'm pretty sure now that we've gone over the amount that we paid for the two auctions. So that's pretty good news. Obviously we've got so much stuff now though that it's probably a good idea that we don't buy any more auction stuff, because yeah, you've got to get rid of stuff to be able to make room for stuff, to be honest. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, unless we find something that's particularly good, and it can't wait. But yeah, so on that then, I'll show you some stuff here, and hope you enjoyed watching this video. If there's anything else you'd particularly like to see on these, please let me know and I'll do my best. So on that note, I wish you a very good day. It's that time of year. Wish you Merry Christmas, and take care. God bless. Bye bye.